Hello everyone. So let's continue our discussion. We are seeing the process of reabsorption in individual parts of a nephron, and right now we will continue in this video about loop of Henle. So without wasting time, let's begin. For notes or QBank, you can refer to the link in description. So basically, we have to now proceed to the next step of this particular chart. Okay, we have seen all about PCT. Now we will proceed to loop of Henle. Okay, so now we will see that basically what is the function. Okay, if I say you the major function of PCT was your reabsorption and also secretion. We saw of what all compounds, what is it secreting. Okay, now the major function of loop of Henle is basically concentration mechanism. Okay, you won't be thinking here much of reabsorption, although it's a very important component, but still the major path thing here is concentration, you know? And then we will see further in DCT and collecting duct. So right now let's focus your all attention on loop of Henle. Okay, so now you very well know that this is your entire descending loop of Henle, and then there is up an ascending loop of Henle which is divided into thick and thin. Okay, so right now let's finish talking about the descending part of thin segment. Okay, so now what is the descending, what you should understand basically here is that whenever I will say thin है ना, and there will be times when I will say thick. Okay, so whenever you talk about loop of Henle, thick मतलब कहीं ना कहीं मोटा है ना, मतलब कोई अच्छे से नरिशमेंट मिल रहा है, और थिन मतलब आप माल नरिश समझ सकते हैं. तो इसका मतलब जो थिक होगा, द थिक पार्ट विल हैव ऑल द मेटाबॉलिज्म माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, and you very well know from the PCT time that the ones which have mitochondria will be responsible for reabsorption. Okay, so now if you are talking about thin segment, so it won't be considered much in reabsorption. Okay, so that's why if we talk about this thin segment, you have to just remember water. Okay, now this is a very basic facts from your need times. You have studied this thing, that basically whenever we go below, you see the value of osmolality changes from 300 to 1200, but again it goes back to the normal. Okay, so this is why does this happen. This basic fact you very well know, that the descending part of the thin segment is highly permeable to water and moderately permeable to most solutes. Okay, basically we say that it is permeable to water only, and this leads to 20% of the filtered water reabsorption. Okay, so this is all you need to know regarding this portion. There's not much to deal in this portion. What is more important is the ascending part of loop of Henle. Okay, now let's see ascending limb, and you very well know that ascending limb is bilkul ulta. It is impermeable to water. So what will its importance will be to concentrate the urine. Okay, we will see that thing differently. Right now that is not needed. So what is important for you is to understand this thing, reabsorption wala part. Okay, so now what does this mean is basically you have thick segment of the loop of Henle, है ना? And I have already told you that whenever I will say thick, it means it have thick epithelial cell with high metabolic activity, capable of active reabsorption of, again, which important ions, sodium, chloride and potassium. Okay, so now 25%, 65% you saw in the PCT. Now 25% of sodium, chloride and potassium are reabsorbed in loop of Henle, and mostly in the thick ascending limb. Okay, although you can say entire ascending limb, but more important is your thick part, है ना? Also there is absorption of calcium, bicarbonate and magnesium in the same thick ascending loop of Henle. Okay, the thin segment has a lower reabsorptive capacity. So this is what I shown you in this picture. You can see that basically this sodium hydrogen antiport will function everywhere. Okay, I have told you in this bicarbonate buffer, this is the same. This is a minute mechanism. What is important is, first of all, this thing, sodium, chloride and potassium via this transporter. You can see this is basically Na2Cl-K. So this is again a co-transporter. Okay, and this is basically responsible for your sodium, chloride, potassium and chloride reabsorption. Okay, also there are some minute amounts of calcium, magnesium getting absorbed. So this is all you need to know at the level of your loop of Henle, है ना? And then now we will see that basically loop diuretics are a class of drug in pharmacology, and basically they will inhibit this particular symport. Okay, and now basically this all functions will get disturbed, and then you will also see in loop diuretics, whenever you will study pharmacology, that you can have some side effects like hypermagnesiemia, hypercalcemia and all that thing. But right now you can understand that what is the site of action of loop diuretics. They are a drug, class of drug. Okay, so right now let's focus on the text required at this stage. Okay guys, so this is picture I have already told you. This text you need to focus in the thick ascending loop. movement of sodium across the luminal membrane is mediated by one sodium 2 chloride 1 potassium co-transporter. This co-transporter protein will basically carry, this will drive the reabsorption of potassium. Okay, and the site of action of loop diuretics such as furosemide is this particular channel. Is that okay? So this is all in all. So right now you have understood whatever facts I have told you. It is the most shortest part. It either I should be combined it with previous video, but then again I don't want videos to be so long that you feel boredom. So this is all, nothing much to know in this part. More important is concentration and that counter current mechanism and all those parts. Okay, so thank you guys. This was a very short video and a very short question to you. Very easy question. You can comment below and let's proceed ahead. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning.